Hello, everyone. This is Atman Nityananda and his YouTube channel, Yoga Tennis Psychology. I'm founder of the Yoga Tennis Psychology named TennisSat. Tennis is the game and Sat means truth. Yoga Tennis Psychology means to achieve union with our divine essence through tennis, and tennis psychology is the method. This TennisSat method of tennis psychology can help tennis players develop their higher capacities of mind and heart and raise their state of consciousness and reach higher state of consciousness and reach also higher states of performance. And they can enjoy fully the play and life as well. They can reach more happiness. They can experience more happiness because tennis players are human beings as well as all of us. So they can experience higher state of happiness, or better to say, bliss and contentment and freedom and plenitude by training themselves according to the yogic traditions. And of course, all these practices can help, as I said before, they can help tennis players to achieve a higher level of performance. However, they will help all this process of training, psychological training, which is also a training, we could say, of consciousness, to raise their state of consciousness and live a life of fulfillment and unity with all other players. They will play in union instead of separation. In reality, all opponents are only our trainers to help us advance technically and also to advance psychologically and consciously. So yoga tennis psychology is a method that I have created in order to help tennis players reach a higher state of play and a higher state of consciousness. They will become, through this training, capable to deal with their emotions and mind, their minds, thoughts, belief system, beliefs in general, and emotions, desires, expectations, anticipations, and they will be capable to maintain a state of mind that is called in yoga language equanimity, and being consciously focused in the present moment. And also to reach this stage every time. The goal is to reach this state every time. Of course, this needs a lot of practice to reach this state of flow. It is very well known nowadays, this state of flow, where when everything flows, movements, strokes, psychologically, everything falls, the emotions, there is emotional freedom and flow, and mentally we are also in a state of flow. Our mind is very easily concentrated, there are no worries, and it's something that a higher power has taken the role of player. It is something in us higher than our mind and ego that plays through this body-mind instrument. So there are two ways to play tennis. From the a state of separation and ego. I'm this body, mind, me, ego, and I play with my opponent. And there is the state of flow where when this happens, there is union. There are no opponents. There is only a play. And this is very fulfilling. It's an amazing experience. It is it is very close to the highest possible experience of life. That is a complete union with divine consciousness. And possibly, because we speak about flow, but it is not always of the same intensity. So this flow can also reach this highest state. The only difference is in the highest state, it is that the mind, it is so deeply absorbed in the silent space of consciousness that we lose connection with external reality. So there is only the experience of consciousness. While when we play tennis, there is also the experience of movements, of seeing, of hearing. So it's very close, and depending on the density of this flow, but it is very fulfilling. And there are, as far as I know, there are many players and from other sports as well, Ferrari, I think, that say they have entered once or more times in this state of flow, which is something difficult to describe beyond words. It's a wonderful state. But when one does not have this knowledge of yoga, cannot cultivate these capacities to enter to this state more consciously and create the conditions this state to happen more and more frequently and enjoy this state as much as possible. So yoga tennis psychology, which I call TennisSat, it is a method that takes players to a higher step, not only to regulate emotions and mind, but develop their higher capacities and connect with their higher consciousness. The players become capable to connect consciously, because in reality, we are not only connected, we are consciousness. But to become aware of this consciousness and live consciously moment to moment during the play, during the practice, and during all the day, throughout the day. And reach at some point what we call in yoga self-realization, which is the ultimate purpose of every human being, of human life, of every human being. So when all of you that you are ready, I'm speaking to mostly to professional, of course, any tennis player, but I'm mostly referred to professional players. Why? Because they are dedicated to this. And this is something common that tennis and yoga have. It is dedication and devotion. Without dedication and devotion, we cannot succeed, neither in tennis nor in yoga. Love for the game, love for the yoga. A very intense longing for reaching the higher state of performance and the results for the tennis player, and a very intense longing, desire to reach the higher state of consciousness and experience in the the most profoundly possible this peace and freedom and plenitude of the divine essence, consciousness, divine consciousness. So, a strong motivation, a strong desire to reach this higher state of play and higher state of consciousness. So all of you who are ready to get the next step, revolutionary step in your life, I welcome you here in this Yoga Tennis channel, and you can contact with me. You can find my email, atmanityananda.org. This is my email. You can find in the description of this YouTube video, and you can email, send me an email and connect with me to help you develop your higher capacities that are latent in your psyche. Thank you for being with me all this time. I wish you peace, love, life, and fulfillment. Have a nice day or night wherever you are.